Hi everyone, Holly with Color Beads, Kateri Designs. Today I thought it'd be fun to do this really cute squirrel. If you've been watching some of my videos, you've heard me talk about it. You might have even seen the one where I kind of give you a little quick preview. And this is a failed video of the one I tried to do with these really nice colored beads that I got from Hobby Lobby. Of course, I have 10 million beads, but not any in the amount I need and not in the size I need. But I thought for training purposes this would be really good, and it really was, except for I kept making mistakes in the video. And I messed up in one of the parts of the body, and yeah. And I couldn't figure out where I was at, and I re-recorded, and it was just a big mess. It's like either do it right the first time or, try it again. So this is my next attempt. You're going to need two eye colors. I don't have those right here. I forgot that, but I will get those in. You're going to need a lot of beads. This is like, I think I counted like 334, but I could be off by one or two. That wasn't an exact number, but there's a lot of beads. More so of your main color bead than in the number 2 main color bead. I didn't mean to get this fluorescent pink. I didn't even know it was actually real fluorescent until I turned on the camera, and I can see it banking off the camera. So hopefully it doesn't give too much of a glare. We'll do the first half of the video and I'll see, and if it doesn't, I'll have to try to find some other beads, because I went back to Hobby Lobby to get some more of these blue, and they didn't have any. This is all they had. And I wanted to use plastic because this gets really heavy, and when I'm trying to train you, it might be hard for you to see where I'm going through. So I wanted something with some bigger holes, and this is the best I could find locally. I'm not sure about online. If y'all have any places where you buy plastic, really nice plastic beads, or really nice acrylic beads that are real, like, fun or whatever, let me know. I'd like to know, because I can't seem to find any. But anyway, so this squirrel takes a while. In the girl's video that I watched and redid, I looked at her profile. She's from Asia somewhere. She did not speak a word in the entire video. It was all music. And she used rondelles, which were super shiny, like this white one, and she had blue as well. So this is my first attempt, which was a fail. But I still thought it was kind of cute instead of the other people, so I kind of kept him the way he is. But the rondelles are great and everything. It's just it was really hard to see where she was at. And she didn't have her ends coated, so it made it even worse. She wasn't talking, so there was no way to pick up on a rhythm that she was, saying, what she was saying or anything. So this one that she did even took a long time. So this is not over and done within in 30 minutes. This is going to take, because I'm training purposes, this is going to take several videos like I did for the cat. The tail end of itself takes a while, but and then the head and the body. So this might just go in parts, but it'll be done. And when you're done, and I have a PDF with this one as well. I've already got the paper done. I just got to get the pictures printed to put into the PDF, and figure out how I can put a PDF in and leave it as it is. So anyways, so it's pretty cute. You're going to need, I'm using just a Zebco fishing line. It's a monofilament. It's 30-pound test. It's heavy because I have large hold acrylic beads that will withstand the heaviness of this diameter and the poundage test, but it holds the shape better. So I tried using this, and I really like it for these larger beads. Now, I couldn't use this large of a diameter with, let's say, a 6mm bead. So, and so if you're new to my channel, I have a home, I have children, and I have my mom living with me, and I have animals. So you're going to hear lots of different things going on throughout the video. So anyways, this is, I coated the ends of these with the paint pens that I got from Walmart, just regular paint pens from Craftsmart, and they work really well. I have a system I use, and it helps you to see where I'm at. Now with this one, unlike the cat one, we're crossing through beads. We're not doing that loop thing. We're actually crossing through the beads. So there won't be a specific side. These will be constantly crossing. However, you'll be able to see where I'm going in because of the ends of these. You'll be able to see which beads I'm going into. This can be a beginner video for everybody. So, oh look, I got paint on my line here. You just kind of go like that. So, and let me get those eyes together and we'll be back and get started. Okay, so we're back. This is going to be something we're going to try. Hopefully you won't know if it doesn't. So you're going to start off, and my pink is my main color, my white is my number 2 main color. And I could have just put the secondary color or something, but because of the cat video, I'm used to saying it, so it's stuck in my brain. It doesn't matter which side. Sorry, I'm having issues here. It doesn't matter which side you put these first set on. And we're going to cross to the 5th. So we got 5 of your, oh my, trying to make sure they're not, and because this is fishing line and it's the heavier poundage or larger diameter, you're going to have it curl up on you a little bit. So you might have to do a couple of times of where you're not, you know, you're messing with it. But, and I've got the puppy out. She's actually not a puppy. She looks like a puppy, but she's not. I got the Luna, who's the micro teacup palm. So I gotta watch what I'm doing, letting her run around in here because she's all by herself half the time. Poor baby. Other dogs just, they chew on her like a toy. And so I have to really be careful with her. Anyway, so we have these 2 here. I'm going to cross to the 5th. Hopefully this is not being too bad for y'all. So I'm going to hold my ends. This is what helps you. This is a beginner video, by the way. So I'm going to go back down here. I'm just going to keep holding my ends, and I'm going to come around and grab until I get down to the ends, and then I can let go of it. And it's already wanting to curve on its own. Okay, and then the last listen to me. The last next set is number 3, which is going to go on, put 4 on the right side. Whatever your right side is, whatever color it is. It doesn't matter what color it is as long as it's the right side. And then we're going to turn this, so we are going to have a right and left side, but because we're crossing through these beads, the colors are never going to be the same. You're going to be going back and forth. I just have the colors again so y'all can see. You can see where I got it bled off on some of the line there. So we have this here, and I'm standing up for a few minutes because I needed to. Anyway, so we're just going to pull this down. And there's several ways to do it with a really long line where you're not getting tangled. But because we crossed through the 4th bead and we only put 1 on one side, it's now naturally going to one side. Okay? So we're going to be working and going around this video. So it's number 3 is add 4 and go through 1 on the left. So this is our left. And this is our working side. So we're going to be working and adding beads counterclockwise while we're actually turning the work clockwise. So the work will turn clockwise, but we will be going counterclockwise. Just so you know. Oh, that was nice. I don't know if y'all heard that or not. It was my mom. I apologize if y'all heard that. Alright, let me pull my chair in. Now, just got to make sure the puppy's not underneath me and I don't squish her. Alright, so line 5, I'm sorry, that was line 3. This is line 4. Line 4 is add 1 main color, 1 number 2 main color, and 2 main color. And what you'll see is we're starting off here on the top of the head. This is the 3 we just made. And we're starting off on the top of the head, and as we go around, we're going to be adding things very quickly. We'll add the ears on quickly, and the face will come together quickly. So unlike the cat, which we started from the bottom up, we're starting from the top down. So there's a difference. And see, there's your little inspiration. So we're going to add one main color. And I kept my beads. I know it'd be easier to put a whole pile of beads here, but if I do that, my camera's going to focus on those and not on the work. So it's better to have it where it's like it is. Okay, so we have one main color, one number 2 main color, if I can get this through here, and 2 main colors. And this is line 4. And then we're going to go through 2. So I'm going to cross through, and if you have a large enough working space, you can just lay your strands there to each side as you go. If you don't have a large enough working space, you can drape them down as you go on your sides. Whatever you feel most comfortable doing. But it just actually helps because of the curliness to try to avoid, see how I'm holding this? To avoid it from curling on you or getting tangled on you. And so just little tricks until we get going, because I have pulled out, I apologize, an 1.5 span worth of line. So there's 1, and here's 2. So I'm just kind of holding those beads too, so that, like I said, it doesn't get all tangled. We have them right here. You can pull tight this way. Pull tight to the left. On this one, you can pull tight on the left. I would hold my beads as I did it, though. Okay, so that was line 4. Line 5 is add 1 main color, 1 number 2 main color, and 1 main color. So we're going to add 1 main color. I don't know if you hear Luna in the background with her little nails on the floor. So that's the problem with having hardwood floors. Everything sounds so much more echoey than what it really is. Okay, so there's the 2. I may have to pick her up in a minute and put her in the chair. She likes being right close to me. So hold on a moment. Sometimes she just sits behind me and goes to sleep. She's so sweet. Okay, so let's pull this down and see how it's just kind of just pull it down. And then if you pull tight, it's already going to start naturally curving for you, which is what we want because it's going to be a head. Okay, so we just put that on. This is line 5. We're going to go through 1, which technically is the last one on the row. Don't get tangled in your loop there. I just pull my hands in here and hold that as it goes so it doesn't tangle on me. It still wanted to get in there anyway because it wants to be difficult. All right. And then we're going to just keep going this way. Hold on one second. Come here, Luna. Come on. She wants to play. She's just checking everything out. All right. That was line 5. Line 6 is add 1 number 2 main color and 2 main color. So we're going to add 1 number 2 and 2 main color. And we're going to go through 1. All right. So we're actually making part of the face right now as we go, and the top of the head. So, and there's eyes around the raccoon, as you can see. As this forms, so we're going to go through 1, and this is line 6. We're going to go through 1, and then we're going to add 3 after this. Let's pull that down. Pull that tight. Pull that tight. Okay, so line 7 is add 3 main color and go through 1, and then the next line will be the ear. If you're watching this with the PDF, you'll see that. Hold on. All right, so going the wrong way. You just encouraged it. If you just flip it and encourage it to go the way you want it to. I would advise that you don't let this fishing line run real tight on your fingernail because it will split your fingernail. That happened to me. So just be careful with that. And also be careful your hands sliding up and down it. You can get Indian burn from that. So, and then go through that and pull down. Now see how I just wrapped it around my fingers? Just do that and pull. And you can even always hold your work and then pull when you're pulling to one side. Okay, now we are going to do the ear. And so we're going to add 3 on the left line. So this is the left line. I just went through the 1 on. So we're going to take the left line. We're going to add 3 of the beads. Let's see. Now, you see with the right, let's pull this in here. Pull this down in there. All right. You see where this right strand is coming out? And you'll read the directions. This is a bead right under the right strand bead. So this is the bead right under the right strand bead. We're going to go through this one, and then this one. So there's a 3 total, and they're in an arc. So they kind of arc. So they kind of go this way. So we're going to go through all 3 of those beads. Hopefully. My vision is not the best. And don't worry about it getting a little loose because you can tighten it back up. And it's going to want to give me a little bit of problems because it is painted on the end. So it's making it a little bit tight. These pink ones aren't as wide hold as the blue ones for some reason, even though they're identical beads except for in color. So there's that 1 right here. We just went through this 1 right there. We're going to go through 2. And then 1 more. And if I can get through the hole, because I can. The blue were easy to see. The pink one's not so much. Let's see. And you just bend it. If you can't get to it, just bend it. See? And then we'll just reform it in just a moment. And just keep pulling. Hold your work. And then pull nice and tight. And there's your first ear. See, this is already taking shape. That's what I love about this part, this video. It's already taken shape. And I don't think this looks like a raspberry, at least in the monitor it does. I don't know what color it's coming across in the video. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing in the monitor. So, all right, so we're going back to our right strand. That was the ear. And remember that you went through a total of 3 beads. Okay, 1, 2, 3. All right, so now we're going to take the right strand and we're going to add 3 more of the main color beads. So, I'm going to add that. Well, if I get a hold of these 2, here we go. I'm trying to hold on to these ends here so I can pull this down. There we go. And just pull the rest of it. So this is line 9. And then I'm just going to move that out of the way. And it says go through 2. There's 1. Something's kinked up here. There we go. There's 1. Oh, that's really long. Sorry, it takes a minute because it's really long. Okay, and so like I said, these are a little bit tight, so it takes a second to get through it. And if you have to move them around, you can. You just tighten it back up as soon as you're done. 2. Okay. Hey. What up? Come here. Okay, no. She wants to run and play. All right, so that was line 9. Line 10 is add 3, go through 1. and then we'll do the second ear after this one. So we're going to add 3. It's 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to go through 1, and with the same strand that we're going to go through this 1 on, will be our next ear again. This is line 11 after we pull this one through. Now we're going to go through line 11. So we're going to take the left strand again, the left one, the one we just went through this 1 hole with. We're going to add 3. We're going to do the second ear. It's 2, and then where did 3 go? 3. Okay, so we're going to take this. Now here's where the right strand's coming out. That one right underneath it. And if you have to pinch it, you can. Pinch it when the strand's not in there though. Okay. I may have to put my glasses on. These beads are harder to see than the blue ones. Okay, and then go through that 1, and then we're going to go through 2. So we're going to come out of the same, this is different than the other one. We don't go through 3 total, we go through 2 total. So you're coming out the same place that you started from. See it? Okay, I just locked it into place. Okay, now we're back to where, going back to where we have the right strand only. Get this in here. There we go. So we go back to the right strand on line 12, and we add 3 and go through 2. And we have our first reference point. I gave reference points throughout the PDF. And I also will be telling you throughout the video, I'll give you reference points where we're at, and where you can, know if you mess up, you can go back to that reference point to start over again, to know if you were in the same place, or wherever you find yourself in the same place as I am. So we're going to pull this down. Okay, and it says go through, this is line 12, it says go through 2. And it says should be ending 1 main color before the first number 2 main color. So we're going to go through 2. Don't worry that this is popped up, and don't even worry if you have a little bit of a kink. Don't worry about that. If this was a piece of jewelry, that would be different, and you can make these small enough you might be able to get earrings out of it. I couldn't do that with the cats, even with the 3mm, it just was still too big for an earring. So, but you may be able to do it. You just never know. Try with seed beads. So there's 1, and it will pull tight in just a minute, and I'll pull the other side. You can just pull it. All right, so, and we have 1 more. So there's number 2. If I can get it through there. There's 2. And we end in this 1 main color right before the number 2. So that's our reference point. So we're in the right spot. So we know at this point we're still in the right spot. When I was watching her do her video, and I was trying to keep up, and it, like I said, it took me over a week to get it. And at one point, it probably took me a week because I gave up after the head. I was like so frustrated, I gave up. And then I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let this beat me. I'm gonna go do it. So it took me so long. But I did have to do a lot of stop and start, and then I started writing everything down. So it really helped. So I wanted you to be able to do that from just watching the video, be able to have where you need to be. So this is where we're starting. We have one coming out right here, and the other one coming out right here. So they're basically 3 beads apart. So now we're going to add, on line 13, we're going to add 2 main color beads, or excuse me, we're going to add 1 main color and 1 number 2 main color. And this is line 13. So you add one main color, oops, and one number 2 main color. Take our bead here. And I've tried to do it where I had enough line to do the head, and then we're going to change line when we do the body. That's not what she did, but that's what I'm doing because it was too difficult trying to pay attention for training purposes. I didn't think that it would be good to do that. So, okay, so it says add the 2, and we're going to go through, this is line 13, we're going to go through 1. And so we have both of our lines exiting the white beads. See? Okay. Now, like I said, the work's going to be turning to the right. We're going to be going to the left. So now we're going to take our right line again still, and we're going to go to line 14, which is add 4 number 2 main color, and go through 1 on the left. And I'll show you, this will be different. So we're going to add 4. And these are holes on this one are nice and big. They're a different brand because they didn't have any white ones in the other one. They were also more expensive. But I used that 40% off coupon, so it wasn't so bad. Okay, so this is my 4th bead, and we're going to cross through just like we normally would. All right, so I'm going to pull this down. Pull it down. All right, so here's my left strand. And I would normally go this way, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go this way. I'm going to turn my work towards me, and I'm actually going to follow. I'm going to go through the top eye here, so we're going to add our eye color. So this is our top color, making sure I'm not crisscrossed through that other colors. So pull down nice and tight. See, we're both coming out of this one and this one. Use that. So this one and this one. Okay, taking this left strand again, we're going to take one of our eyes. Okay, and we're going to come up underneath. See, there's where the right strand's exiting. We're going to come up underneath that. And then we're going to go through that, and we're going to crisscross through those beads. And there we go. Now we're coming out of the same hole. Now we're going to take this same strand, and we're going to go this way. So we're going to turn our work back around, and it says we're going to go through the 2 main color on the right, or onto the left. So we're going to go through these 2 main color right here. That's 1. And don't let it, if it tries to knot up on you, just unknot it. It's 1. And no, we only got through 1 bead. There's 2. See, there's 2. Okay. Now we're going to add, with our right strand, we're going to go to line 16. We're going to add 3 number 2 main color. And we're going to go through 2. So here's our number. I'm going to cross through that last bead. I'm just going to pull it down. And it wants us to go through these 2 beads here, which we're going to do. 1. There's 2. Go through those 2 beads. Okay. Pull that nice and snug. And then we're going to go, and we're going to go to line 17. I'm using my paper. So line 17. Get this other stuff out of the way. line 17 is add 3 number 2 main color and go through the one on the left like we did the last time. So we're going to add the 3, the number 2 main color. It's 1, 2, and 3. Put this back over here. Cross through our bead. Pull this down. Okay, now I'm going to turn this towards me. I'm going to take my left strand. I'm going to go through the center eye bead right here. This one right here, this next bead. Just one. Just like I did. Okay, now I'm coming out of both those beads again. Still taking my left strand. I'm going to take my eye color. I'm going to put my eye on. Coming up underneath. Here's where the line's coming out. I'm coming up underneath this one here and through that other one, so they're both crisscrossed. So they're going through both these 2 beads here, these 2 right there. See, I'm feeding it through there. All right, now I'm going to take this on here. I'm going to pull it nice and tight. And this one doesn't want to do it, but I'm going to pull it nice and tight anyways. Okay, then I'm going to take it and turn it back around, and I'm going to go to the left with it. Okay. Okay. So it wants me to go through one on the left, we're going to go through one of the main colors on the left. So I crisscross my lines right here and tightened up that eye. I'm taking my left strand and I'm going to go through one on one of the main colors. And if you're using rondelles, you have to be very careful in this because you can get very tricked really easily as to which bead you're working on. All right, so now we're going through those 2 beads. One main color and one main color and one number 2 main color. Okay, so we're back to taking our right side again, and then our head's just turning and we're going to the left, the head's going to the right. Okay, that was line 18. We're going to go line 19. We're going to add 3 main colors and go through one. Yeah, back in. There we go. It's 1, 2, and 3. We're going to go through one. Right, and this is going to want to buckle up a little bit, but that's okay. We're just going to encourage it as we go. So we're going to go through one, which is right here to the left. And we're going to hold on to that. Come down. And if it starts twisting on you, just untwist it. Okay, and just pull the other side. Now, see how it's flipping on me? I'm just going to take it this way, and I'm going to take my other work, and I'm going to encourage it to go the way I want it to go. I'm going to pull on my left. Okay. Now that was line 19. Line 20 is add 3 main color and go through 2, and make sure you're going straight across if you're using rondelles. Make sure you're not going in any upward position. Oops. Did I get 3 on there? I did not. Silly goose. Okay, add 3. That's 2. Add 3. Okay guys, sorry about that. My daughter called and knocked the camera off, so I gotta figure out how to stop the do not disturb. Need to figure that out. Anyway, so we're on line 20. We're adding 3 and we're gonna go through 2. And as I said, if you're we have the 3 on here, And this is line 20. If you are going to be using rondelles, make sure you're going straight across and you're not getting involved in another, you're not going up. Because that's what I'm saying, the rondelles were, that was really not easy to follow there. Okay, so I went through my third bead, and it says go through 2, and this is line 20. And so we have 1, pull that out of there, that does not belong in there. That's 1, and we're going to go through 2. I tell you what, it's never boring around here. Pull. Make sure you wrap that around your hand, because you will get a Indian burn like you won't believe. You'll get a burn on your hand. I did that. All right, so 21 is add 3, go through 2, and we're just like building the head right now. Add 3, and we're gonna go through 2. And I got to use my the free app I got to help do your video, you know, to like stitch them together. Add 2. All right, so I added 3. I'm going to go through 2. This is line 21. And like I said, you're just going to kind of bend down and pull up with your strands to try to help it encourage it. So we're going to the right side again. And we're going to go on 22 is add 3, go through 2. And so this is mostly building. And let me see if I can get this through here. To add 3, whoops, I'm all discombobulated in there. So I'm just holding my ends and then pull down so I don't get undiscombobulated. All right, and then we're gonna go through 2. And like I said, don't worry if it pops up, because it will come back down. The 30-pound test is a lot better at keeping it down, but whatever you're comfortable with using, that's what's important. All right, and then that was line 22. Line 23 is add 3, go through 1. And I think I said this already, and forgive me if I did, because my cognition is still in a fog. So we will have a spot where we know where we're at to make sure we're in the right place, where we end in the right place, a reference point. Dog's over there making a hole. All right, so we're going to go through 1. And then line 24 is add 3 and go through 2. And it should be 1 main color and 1 number 2 main color. So that's our next reference point. So we're in the right spot. So we're going to add 3 and go through 2. She's eating the blanket that she's laying on. And then, oops, just kind of hold that, pull down, and see how it got wrapped around. It's no big deal. Unwrap it. Add 3, I'm going to go through 2. And our reference point is this bead here. This is our first main color. And then 1 number 2 main color. And we're coming out opposite beads. So if you squish them together, they're like that. You can pull them together and tighten them up. Anyways, I'm having wardrobe malfunctions right now. All right, so number 25 is add 2, go through 1. We're on the main color still. And add 2, go through 1, let's see. It's 1, 2. Add 2, and we're going to go through 1, and that will be the, right here. See how they're coming together right here? It's that next one right there. And this is starting another row. This starts a whole new row. Okay? Okay, now take your right side, and we're going to do number 26, which is add 4 beads total, just 2 main colors and 2 number 2 main colors. So we're finishing this side and starting into the white. So we're going to add 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. It also, cutting the ends also helps me to find them, so it might help you too. It also helps me to find them when I'm trying to, you know, put them together. I need to grab it. So it wants us to go through 2. So we're going to go through 1 and 2. Oh, got 2 for the price of 1. See how it's bending up? Just encourage it to go down. That's all. Just bend it and encourage it to go down. That's all. Okay? And it will as we go. It's going to have a little bit of a face popping out, but it's going to go where we want it to go. Line 27 is we're going to be adding the nose. So this is the most difficult portion of the entire, as far as I'm concerned, of the entire project. This is the most difficult. So you're going to add 3 of your number 2 main color on your right side. You can hear my cat tearing up my couch in the background there. And here comes my mom. And that's not a bad thing. I'm just like, she's gonna be very noisy. She doesn't know she's noisy. If you've watched my videos before, you probably heard her before. Like in the beginning of the video. Alright, so our nose is on the left. And we're just gonna go through this bead right here, this 3rd white bead. We're not gonna go through that nose. We're going to pull this down. Okay, so we went through this bead right here. And the nose, this is the left strand. Now, we want this line going through the way it's supposed to. So it's nice and even. Okay, now we're going to skip the nose and we're going to go up under the nose into this bead here. And then this other bead here. So don't worry about it if it doesn't do what you wanted it to do at first. It's as we anchor the beads, it will tighten down and it will do what we need to do. We just got to keep maintaining the tightness. Now see how that line went above the nose? I'm just going to scooch that nose in there below it. Come in below it. We're pulling on the left. So that's 1, and we're going to go 1 more. It's 2. I'm going to pull that. Now see how it popped in? See? Now I know that seems easy, but it wasn't easy with the rondelles, and it wasn't easy with that the other one either. All right, and as we go through and add more beads, we're going to keep pulling and tightening it so it's going to stay poked out. Right now it's starting to slip, but it will go where we want it to go. Now we're going to go back to adding 3 number 2 main colors on the right strand. Okay, and then we're going to cross through that. We're going to go through 1 number 2 main color and 1 main color on the left. So we're going to go through 2 on the left, but they're going to be a 1 number 2. So there's our 3 beads. And we pull tight with that, and that nose stays in there. Now, if this, see what I'm doing right here? That's how I split my nail. Don't do that. Grab it with your fingers. Alright, so we're going to go through But this is what I was talking about, feeling like you're going to get, don't go up this way. We're just going to go straight across. And it looks like a gap, but it will go away. The gap will go away. So we want this bead and this bead, these two beads. And I'm pulling on my left nice and tight. And you pull the right too because the right strand is also in there. So you're going to grab them both, hold your work, wrap them around your fingers, and give it a nice firm snug. Don't jerk it so hard you break it, which it would be hard to do with 30-pound test, but it can be done. So see how that nose is staying popped out? All right, that was line 28. Line 29, I'm going to move my, excuse my arm. Line 29 is add 1 number 2 main color and 2 main color and go through 2. Because we're finishing the face. Oops. Got this. 1 number 2 and 2 main color. So we finished in this side of the face again, and we're just going to go around and finish this head. And there's going to be white and strewn in the front, but not the back of it. So the back of the head gets boring because it's just, you know, constantly filling in. Okay, so we're going to go through 2. This is where it meets together, so we're going to go through 1 and 2, and following the line of our, sorry, that got whipped in there, following the line of our last row. So it's kind of roller coastery, but we're you know, going along the line. Okay, that was line 29. Line 30 is add 2 number 2 and go through 2. And this is going to finish, semi-finish this row, because it will be kind of upwards, but okay. Now we're coming out of here, so you don't get lost and try to do it the wrong way, because I did that. All right, so here we're coming out of here and here. So this is where we're adding on. Remember, our face is going to go in the opposite direction of what we're working on. So it's, if you have cognitive problems, it can be easy to get lost. And this is really good for cognition. It's like doing a crossword puzzle or a sewing and doing embroidery. It's very good for your brain. And so is teaching people how to do it. That's actually good. That's why I'm doing this. All right, so that's where we came in. So it wants us to go through, we added 2, it wants us to go through 2. So there's a hole's hiding on me there. There's, well, maybe not. Okay. There's 1. Move that in there. And here's 2. Going through that. It's trying to really just compopulate itself. Oh, I got it. See? You see what I did? I came out of the line. But that's okay, because this is the other line that I'm working on. I'm just going to go right back to that bead again. See how it does that? It fished itself. It's this fishing line, so it fished itself right out of the hole because it came up out of it. So I'm just going to hold on to that. And this is the one I just went through the 2. So it just got discombobulated, so don't get confused. So I added 2, went through 2. Okay, that's line 30. Line 31 is add 3, go through 2. There's a cat again. There's 2 of them. Oh, that chair, you guys should see it. You would laugh. I need to probably take a picture of it and post it on Facebook because it is hilarious. It's not funny. It's hilarious. Like, in a sad way. My cat's completely destroyed a leather chair. Forget the cat tree. They had a leather chair. What do they need with a cat tree? And then the dog, and this is stuff I got. This is not something I just went out and bought. So, you know, I didn't, oh, you know. Anyways, add 3, go through 2. So, but they've really ruined their furniture. Just, it's infuriating actually, but it's funny. I mean, they're animals. They don't know any better, and what can you do? I've tried everything, so what do you do? I'm not getting rid of that chair now because they stay away from the couch because of the chair. So, all right. So we did line 31. Line 32 is add 3, go through 2. Like I said, we're just building this head. And as soon as we get this head done, add 3, go through 2. Let's see. Then we'll do the body, and the body will be another video. We're not going to do the body, and that's the thing that she did. She just went on until she hit however many minutes she hit, but she also did it really fast, which I don't think was really helpful in people trying to figure out what she's doing. And you know, I'm pretty good at beading, but it took me a while. So anyways, all right, so we add 3, and we're going to go through 2, and this is line 31, and I'm going to have to change pages, so because we're going to go to the next page. But we'll do the head and then body and then the feet and tail, and hopefully I can do the feet and tail faster than I did in the other video, which I didn't do very well. The blue squirrel. Okay, so there's that. And my chair has shrunk all the way down to the, yay me! Oh, so line 33 is add 3, go through 2. Still main color. We're working on the back of the head. So, and this is really cool for like presents for people for their desk or students for their room, whatever. It's just, I think it's just really cute. I like the big ones. The little ones are cute too, but I like the big ones too. They're these big ones because they're really big. They're a good 6 inches to 8 inches tall. So add 3, go through 2. And although this points down slightly, it's still part of the thing. The bead under it is not. So there's a little bit of a gap right there. It's okay. So add 3, go through 2. Line 34 is add 3, go through 3. And we should be coming out equal sides after this one. Add 3, goes through 3. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so hopefully I got this right, because when my video got turned off, I don't remember. 1, 2, 3, and go through 3. And then we should be coming out equal sides. So we will. That's 1. 1. There's 2. And here's 3. Okay, so now we're coming out equal sides. That's a reference point. And let's see, line 35 is add 1 main color and go through 1 on the left and 1 on the right. So we're going to add 1 main color, cross through it, okay, so this is where we're at. We're going to go through 1 on the left and 1 on the right, and this is the ending of the row, and we start our new row. So there's 1 on the right and 1 on the left. There's 1 on the right. It's caught on the ear, don't worry about that. Just unget it off the ear. And then, I'm sorry, 1 on the left and 1 on the right. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to go through this 1 on the right. Come on. Need to go through. and then you can just pull this tight like that, both of them. Okay, keep it where you were at it. So this is what we just added on. We went through one on the left and one on the right, and now we're going to start our next row, and I'm going to add 2 main color and 1 number 2 main color and go through 2. So there's 2 main color. Oops. It really stinks when you have dexterity issues going on. But this is, like I said, it's good for the brain, even with my cognition issues. But it's also good for manual dexterity. And even when you're having them, to keep doing it, even if you feel like you're shaking away. Oops. Well, get that through there. Grab my ends this time so they don't slide off. Okay, and then we're going to go through 2, and there'll be 2 main color, or 2 number 2 main colors. So we're going to go through this one here. Remember how I said some may look like they're not in the row because this is wavy? So that's in line with this. So no, we're not going down, we're just going to go up again. It was a little bit of a down and a little bit of an up because it's kind of swervy. And only go through 2 of them. Pull that nice and tight. As we're coming out, pull that nice and tight. Okay, you can pull it left even more so, just hold your beads. Okay, now we're going to go through line 37, which is add 2 number 2 main colors and go through 2. So we're going to add 2, and we're going to go through 2. And we're going to do this. You can get it through the hole. Try to make sure it's not coming up underneath the line in front of it. See how that was? It was coming underneath with the fishing line at that point, so I wanted to make sure we didn't get it caught there. There's 2. So this is where we're coming out now. All right, and then number 38 is add 2 number 2 and go through 2, because we're starting to close up this head. We're going to use fewer beads and go through more anchors. And I'm going to close that off. Hey, sorry to get the cat's trying to, now the cat's trying to get to the chair. It's in here. So then go through 1. Because remember it says add 2, go through 2. We're going to go through 2. That's number 1. And here's number 2. Okay, and then we're going to add 2 number 2 and go through 3. And then I'll give you the reference points. So we're going to add 2 number 2 and go through 3 beads. So hold on a moment. And as I said, this is going to give us a reference point. I'm going to give you a reference point, but I'm also going to, this is where we're starting to close the head off. So you're going to go through 2. So you're going to go through, not through your loop. You're going to go through 1. And this came out of that hole. No, it didn't. Never mind. That's 1. And it says go through, add 2 and go through 3. So it's 1, that's 2, and here's 3. Now your reference point is, you're coming out of the last number 2 main color. Sorry, it's Luna. She's barking at the cat. So it's your last number 2 main color is your right strand, and your left strand is coming out of the 3rd main color bead from the white bead. So there's 3. And that's your reference point. Now you're going to add 2 main color and go through 2. Like I said, we're closing off this head. We're almost done. So we're going to add 2 and go through 2. And we're going to go through 2. Come on, there we go. Okay, tighten that in, make sure they're both really nice and snug, because I guess we're closing this off. 41 is add 2, go through 2. It's 1, that's 2. Go through 2. There is 1 and 2. And you know, some of you may be like, we're not, you know, kids, whatever. This is for beginners, so you guys who are not beginners, bear with me counting and stuff. But there are some people that are, I do have some foreign followers, and I think that that helps everybody so that you can get a pattern going with the person talking as well as the doing that. Okay, so that was 41. Number 42 is add 2, go through 3. So we go add 2, and we're going to go through 3. So you have 1, 2, possibly 2. All right, let's get us through there. So there's 2. And then one more is 3. See how I'm going around and sticking? I'm not taking shortcuts and detours. Okay, and then 43 is add 1, and then I'm going to show you what we're supposed to do. So this is the last bead on the head. Okay, now in the video I watched, the girl did something different because she just kept going. She kept with what she had, and she kept going. I'm not doing that because it's too hard trying to figure out if you're in the middle of the piece where you're at and having to, you know, fish your line away and everything. I'm just going to do these in pieces. So this is the first part. This is the head. So just add that in there. Now, you have a total of 5 main color beads, and then you have 3 not going up this way. See how that is? So you literally have, let me get a pointer. You have, let me go ahead and do this. Take this bead down here because I want to get this away from where I'm at. The girl, like I said in the video, she wraps it around, but we're not doing that because I want to get away from that because I'm going to change my lines for the body. I'm not going to change my lines in the middle of doing the body. I think that makes it too hard on everybody. And it's easier for me too, so I'll show you just a minute if I get this out of the way. So just see how it went down from where I was at and pull both sides so it's nice and tight. And I will tie this off, okay? I will make this tied off, and it'll be tied off in here where I can hide it. You're going to have a total of 3 white beads here. Not this way, no. It's 3 white beads here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beads. So it's a total of 8 beads we're going to be working with when we come back. And we're going to start in this middle bead here. And it's right under right under his nose, so, or her nose. This is a pink one, so right under her nose, and then we're just going to go right in line with those beads right there. Okay, we're not going to go to the side of the face or anything. So tie off your work, however you like to tie off your stuff. So tie off your work, and then when we come back, we'll start on the body. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a blessed day.